Hey everybody, Moon Pies here. Happy May 2024. An interesting milestone happened last month. It was 15 years ago that I was accepted to the YouTube Partnership Program, April 2009. And YouTube was a pretty dynamic, early, exciting place, and I was a pioneer. And I think it's important because back then, when I was accepted to the partnership program, I obviously wasn't anywhere close to being the first accepted to the program. But then I had a pair of viral videos take off and had the viewers and the views and the subscriber count started to grow. So I was able to apply and accepted to the program. And I wanted to share some thoughts here because I'm thinking when I first started to be part of the program and all the people that I used to watch before I became a partner, I saw that, the Barretts and Beretta, the Nalts, the Lisa Novas, eventually they would just fall off the platform. They would just stop making videos. And whether they had other interests or maybe they just found something happened to them that they're just too much success early, they would give up. And I said, wow, that's weird. Who would give up a platform when you're given this basically a blank check to just create videos? And if you can make them engaging enough and watch people to watch enough of your videos to tell other people and build an audience, you could make either decent change or in some cases an entire living off it. And of course, this was before the era of influencers, at least as we knew them as influencers. But YouTube was very dynamic. It still is, of course. But I'm just talking historically. So I figured I would look back at this point now that I haven't I've become those people. Never to the fame that they did, but essentially just had this channel that was just, it's been months, one gap, almost a year since video uploads, and I figured I'd go back in the history of and I'm going to go in and scroll just personally, you don't need to see this. My very first upload was in March 27, 2006, and it was just a little knock-knock joke. Just created a knock-knock joke. As a musician, I had some musical tracks, so I can put in my own music there, a little background instrumental score, and just a cheesy knock-knock joke done with the old Windows Movie Maker, where you put a text on there. It was awful. And looking at it now, it's received 11,970 views, and you think, well, that's okay, but especially when you think about it, 2006, this has been on there for 18 years, and that's the traffic it got. The next knock-knock joke got double the views, and at that point, I'm not really thinking anything. I'm not thinking success. I'm saying, hey, here's a platform. Let's see what happens, and I can put some music on it. So the next couple videos wound up with some of my band's music. So yes, I did have a band. The band is still around, technically. We've never fully broken up. You can find us on Spotify and YouTube. The band is called Paris by Air. We were signed to a major record label well before my YouTube time, back in the 90s, to Columbia Records. You can look us up on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, all the streaming services. And I said, hey, this is a good platform to use my songs, the songs that I wrote with my band and recorded, and get them on there. So the next couple videos that I uploaded were basically just lyric videos, or trying to go on something viral. And someone's video was how I tried to say, how can I play an old song from my catalog to this? Never really took off. And then everything changed. And actually, I did have, September 2006, I did have a video showing Netflix, before they officially announced streaming, basically, as a financial writer, I had someone send me a clip. Hey, do you know that Netflix is actually, look at this, they're testing an algorithm to stream videos. And sure enough, I was able to get to that page. I was the first one to put a YouTube video about it. It didn't become popular, but I was basically breaking financial news, I think, at the time. Next thing, one thing leads to another. I'm making silly videos. I'm going to the zoo. I'm playing football, throwing a football to my kid. All these silly things. And then February 1st, 2007, I make How to Get Stinkin' Rich on YouTube. And this was my first big video. And at the time, no one was talking about how to make money on the platform. Everyone was basically, wow, this is a playground. And then the people that did get accepted to the program first weren't offering services or instruction or anything. They were just having fun. They were just fun personalities, almost like what you'd be watching on TV in short clip form. And that was what was popular at the time. So I said, hey, you know what? I'm aware. I mean, I do have a master's in business administration. I work in finance. I do know a thing or two about affiliate programs and how to get things happening and get done. So I made How to Get Stinking Rich on YouTube. And the video is right now 799 views, which of course isn't too bad. Definitely not at the colossal, Gangnam Style kind of pace. But it set something up that would happen later that year. So in September of 2007, I put 5 ways to make money on YouTube. And that video has been seen more than 1.3 million times. And the importance of that video wasn't just that I made a video, that I realized right away, hey, list work. Long before BuzzFeed, I realized that listicles were a thing. You could actually put things, the 5 things, the 3 things, the 7 things, odd numbered list work. So I had 5 ways to make money on YouTube. And before you know it, if you would actually Google for a couple years back then, not anymore, if you put how to make money on YouTube, my video would be one of the first things to pop up, if not the first thing to pop up. And that obviously drew a lot of eyeballs to it. And it was shortly after that, the success of that video, that I did start to get interest. I did not actually have enough views and subscribers to apply for the program. Standards were high. But then just kept making videos. And at the time, I didn't realize that was a thing. I'd record videos of me at the Miami Dolphins game, since I had these seats right where the players were. I had no identity on it. I'd make joke videos like a Wendy's Halloween costume, which is basically the chili finger. But then I struck gold accidentally in a very unlikely video in 2009. And this is important. One of the videos, just kind of like a slice of life, I just went around this place right by my house, a Sunset Place in Miami, Florida, where there was a bowling alley. Then there was a arcade. The arcade's still there, the bowling alley is not. But in the arcade, there was basically a striker bowl game and sort of like a hyper bowl, sort of a digital bowling game. And I just basically recorded all 3 and uploaded it. And something I didn't even realize at the time was how significant it was that during the regular bowling, my son's bowling with basically the gutters on. He's a kid, was a kid at the time. And sure enough, the ball bounces around to the point where it leaves the 7-pin and it was the 10-pin and the 3-pin. But the 3-pin starts to fall as soon as the claw comes out to grab it, that arm to grab it, picks it up and puts it in a different spot, puts it in the 7 spot. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe it's a 6 spot. 6 or 7. Either way, I'm not a bowler. Because of that, the very next shot, he sort of skims 1 pin and is able to pick up the spare because of the way that the resetter picked up the pin and put it in the wrong place. I don't think that was the only reason that the video went viral. I think a lot of people just said, hey, it had 3 different types of bowling, the hyper bowl and the bowl striker and pro striker rather. And sure enough, it became my second video to top 1 million views. And the process that did it, and I had enough to make the partnership program. So I'm saying this sort of just walking down memory lane, where once I had that program, I got really excited. I'd make videos. I'd have like monthly giveaways on my contest for a year. And while I tried to sustain the success, it wasn't, because eventually everyone else started to make videos on how to make money on YouTube and all these instructional videos and how to do this and that, which became YouTube far more useful. But obviously with me, I was an early voice, but I wasn't a loud voice. I wasn't the best voice. So I eventually faded in the algorithms and the search. So even though I tried harder and harder for the next 2-3 years to regain that stride, it never came close. So like everything else, I eventually lost interest, but I still had the partnership program, still had the thing, and then every once in a while I'd have a video where like I'd have an unboxing of a product that became popular, and that would help. And then when MoviePass came out, I would like have, hey, I can offer insight on this because I know how the business model works, and started making a series of MoviePass videos back when the service was popular. That picked up a little momentum of subscribers, but for the most part I've been DOA. It's basically straddling, personal life and real life and professional life, what I want to do with the channel. But I've come to the conclusion that I can pick this channel back up. So this is what I'm saying. Even though it's a history lesson, I'm saying watch this space. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you've made it this far, thank you. But do subscribe, because I think I'm going to make things interesting in this channel in the next couple months. I'm ready to do what I thought I was going to do all along, and what I thought How could someone give up an opportunity to be a YouTube partner and squander it and just abandon all hope and move on to something else? I'm going to give it another shot. I'm wearing the At Market shirt that I've been wearing for the YouTube How to Get Rich on YouTube video series. Not the 2009 video, not the 2007 video that initially became popular, but later on I had the shirt, which is my X handle, Twitter handle, but now it's x.com handle, so you can follow me at Market if you want to do that too. But in the meantime, stick around, welcome back, and just a history lesson that there's always second chances and third chances and fourth chances. Sometimes all you have to do is be patient and get it right the eighth time around.